Three, two, one. Okay, we're live on YouTube. Good evening, YouTube. Three, two, one. We're live on IG. Okay, three, two, one. Facebook. Okay, we're live on X, top post. All right, let's start the show.
All the time alone. When I am perfectly willing to give her everything she needs. I don't care about her past. I don't care what she's been through. I just wanna feel one night with good love, baby. That's all I wanna do. So baby, if you got that feeling, well, I wanna give you that midnight healing. You know what I'm talking about, yeah. Just turn the lights down low. Come right on over here to me. I know you don't want no commitments, baby. I just wanna set your body free. And I don't care what's going on in the night outside my door. I just wanna get your head right, baby. Give you all the love I got for sure. So baby,
Oh, yeah. What is good out there? Internet land. What's up, Twitch? What's up, YouTube? What's good, Facebook? What's good, X? And hello, Instagram. What up, JT? Okay, we're good everywhere. And audio is good. All right, all right, all right. I got one last thing to check, and then let's do it. Audio sounds good. We're gonna have a good show tonight. We got a recap show tonight, y'all. Let me just check my buttons. Okay, we're good. All right. Well, this person, no stranger to the show. I'd like to welcome everybody to tonight's show. Happy Monday night, y'all. This person is no stranger to the show. He has been on the show a few times, actually. He was on the Christmas episode, hanging out with us. Also, he was part of the Art Cartel show. And then he also had a spotlight. If I remember correctly, it was back in, I want to say November. I think November. Either it was October or November. It was somewhere in that time period. So I also had a chance to meet this man in person at NFT NYC, where we got a chance to, I don't know, it was just finally nice to start meeting all of these guests that have been so awesome come on the show. I remember meeting him for the first time on the corner. It was the One Love Art DAO. They had the billboard down there, and I went down to meet these guys in person. It was the first time I ever got a chance to meet Jenny and Chaz and Juan, Luco, Usapata. Oh, man, what a good time getting a chance to meet all these guys on the corner. They don't realize it. I mean, I knew immediately when I got a chance to see him. But tonight we have Juan, better known as Judasaca. It is his, I'm proud to have him on. It is his first solo exhibit taking place down in Colombia. He has been such a prominent part of the show. So it's an honor to bring him on to talk about this, do a little recap, see what's taking place, and see what's going on. So without further ado, I want to bring him up. All right. Hang on, Uda. All right, there we go. We got you up now. All right, Huda, say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody. What's going on? I'm so happy to be here, Marc. It's so great to see you, man. You're looking great. It feels like just yesterday we were hanging out, as you mentioned just a second ago, in New York. But then I do feel comfortable being back here, man. I've been here a couple of times now, and I was gonna say February when you said November. So yeah, not great memory over here.
Was it? No, yes, the spotlight was in February.
I wouldn't know, but I wish I would remember like you did. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
bro, it was, yeah, you were before Christmas. I think you're gonna make me check, but we're gonna check. We're gonna check later, but I'm pretty sure you were later, right before Christmas. I'm almost
that makes
positive.
sense, though.
I
Now
think
that
I think Luco was actually in January. I think if I got a car, you might be right, bro. I sometimes, uh, you
you have
know,
a
but
couple shows every week now, so you might get confused. I see where that comes from.
some weeks we have 3, some weeks we have 2, some weeks we have 1, but the show definitely keeps me busy. Anyway, I haven't seen you. I miss you guys. We got a chance to bond in a lot of different ways. So what's up, bro? How you been?
Oh man, I've been great. I feel after New York, after we met, it was really like this really high peak. I think of it as a wave, and I think I've been riding it down since then. I am preparing, as you know, and we're gonna talk about that in a sec, a lot more. Preparing for my first solo expo. So these last couple of months, it's been just crazy work. I'll say the first month was crazy, just paint, paint, paint. I was speak a bit about my paintings to this beautiful exhibition in a bit. And then the other half was just getting everything ready. So now I just feel it's, celebration. It's time to celebrate, and I'm happy I'm here sharing my first solo expo. It's a big moment in my career. I've been doing this for quite a while now. I started professionally in 2018, jumped into Web3 in 2021, and then it's 2025, like you fast forward to this. But I just like for now, I'm just really celebrating the whole bunch of work that I've been putting into and doing all these crazy things and being in New York and being in here and there, everything we've done. So I'm happy. It's been great days, Mark. I do gotta say I've been vibing. One of my best friends' birthday is tomorrow from Costa Rica, and the reason I say that is because he's the best DJ I know, and he's flying out to Bogota to be at the expo. He's gonna set the mood. I have Jenny Pepin here in Bogota, from One Love Art Dao. So it's like it feels like I'm still dreaming, and that's why I say I've been riding the wave ever since New York this year, man. It's been crazy, crazy fun. That's what's up.
I honestly feel it's interesting that you said that, Huda. I do feel like we picked up one day. I feel like NFT NYC was yesterday or something. Especially seeing all three of you guys there. We're gonna get everybody to say hello in a little bit. But what up, Hammer? Hammer, go find Big Money and tell him this is for him. I got a friend who calls me. I don't know if you ever seen Yellowstone, but my friend calls me Rip. So if you're familiar with Yellowstone, he's constantly calling me Rip. So he's been busting my balls. I keep forgetting my hat every time we go to the beach. So I figure I know he always tunes in Monday night. So I put this on to give him a good laugh. But Juan, listen. Before we start the show, let's go with the most generic question of the show, which is, why don't you give everybody a brief introduction of who you are? Tell them a little bit about you, a little bit of a refresher, bring them up to speed. Yeah, and let them know who you are. Give them an introduction. Go ahead, Juan.
All right. So my name is Juan Salazar. I go by Judasaca out here in the space. I'm a hybrid artist, meaning I mix physical paintings and technology just to create immersive experiences around my art. I've been doing this, as I said earlier, since 2018. I had my first, I would say, expo right after like opening up after the pandemic, 2020, and then met a couple of friends, told me about NFTs, and jumped into Web3 around, I'll say like late 2021, somewhere around like maybe October or November, something like that. And it's been a crazy ride. I've had my art in a bunch of places here in Bogota, in Colombia, but also in like New York and Miami, and um, also in like Vegas, and we've done really crazy things, and then my art even went to Tokyo in 2023. So it's been really a crazy ride at the moment. And what I do is I like to mix, things from my marketing perspective. I am a marketer. I've been doing marketing since, I don't know, for like 15 years now. And the art thing just allows me to like express myself and maybe, you know, things that I wouldn't be able to do in marketing terms if I'm honest. So it's a play on those things. I've been exploring pop expressionism and brandalism. So playing with a lot of brands, kind of like changing what they mean or just showing different perspectives that allow the viewer or like the person who's interacting with my work to engage with it, to ask himself or herself questions and just like think about it more than once. And hopefully that's what we achieve, or that's what I look to achieve with my work. And that's what has, been very characteristic of my work lately. Also, well, with this expo now, I'm gonna put all of that together. So like the augmented reality, the tech, the art, and jumping into new mediums such as sculpture. I'll get into that as well in a sec with you, Mark, and also virtual reality. So I really like to knock on a lot of doors. That's what I do. That's Judasaca.
So, Juan, you are one of the first artists who ever introduced me to the VR end of the art. I actually remember, even before I knew you, before I knew the art cartel, because you see things coming down your thread. You were one of the first people I've ever seen. I didn't know you at the time. I wasn't familiar with you. I just knew you were part of. I just the whole. I knew of you, and I was following you, and I knew your little guy with the teeth that was coming off the. And shit! I said I don't know what this guy's doing, but this is some cool shit. Then we got a chance to catch up on the show. You talked about brandalism. You also talked about VR and how you incorporated it in your art. That was a great show because that was like the first time I ever learned about any of that. And now I see it being used. I also see it being used with, I think you start to see a lot of VR exhibits in real life, and the way people are using them, walking around. I know One Love, I know Jenny and Webby had they were putting together a VR exhibit. I mean, just a lot of cool things are being used with that feature. And that was the first time I ever came across the feature. Was with your artwork, like you were really to me. You use Zapata. You see him now. He's got his Palometa. It's just sitting there everywhere. Take a picture with it, in real life. And now you're starting to see it more and more and more. And what a feature, what a feature to include in your art, because it kind of brings your art into, tech. It's a different way to show your art. Also, it's very interesting because you could point it at a piece of live artwork, and that and that physical could come to life, which is insane. And now I'm starting to see a lot of people use it. But to me, you were like the first guy I saw using it. Now I'm sure other people were using it, but to me, you were the trendsetter when it came to I never saw anybody implement it into art before. Before we start talking about that, I would love to have you talk about brandalism again. I just give everybody a brief rundown of what brandalism is, definition of it, and how it applies to art. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, brandalism. I mean, book definition is just taking brands and like vandalizing them, if you may, which means they're gonna take the brands and maybe take them out of context or just switch some words up, or can I curse here?
Yeah, come
Oh,
on, man. What's the matter? Yeah, absolutely.
just fuck around with brands. That's what vandalism means, literally. So I've even taken that concept and maybe fuck around with it a little bit and kind of like significate. How do I say that? Just change the meaning of things and of the brand, like of the brands that we use every day. I do believe that people reflect themselves on the brands that they use. It was more a thing back in the day, but I still feel brands are around people and it still means whatever they do and whatever meaning you want to give them. I don't know if it's good or bad. That's not my conversation. It's just changing the way we normally look at them so it can spark up conversations such as, what the hell is this guy doing? Just like you said, why are these rats? I play around a lot with icons such as Mickey Mouse, and I do a lot of Snoopies, and I like Woodstock a lot because of what he means, and I'll get into that concept too, of like the sidekick. I'm the youngest of five or six, so I was always like the little guy, but now I'm like doing great things because I'm also, you know, like a person. So I'm not young anymore like that, but I'm still the little guy for them. So I like seeing myself in that sense, and then using these brands that basically help me grow as a kid or bring me back to being a kid, and just playing with them in different contexts is what I do with brandalism. Just changing shit up and hopefully starting up a conversation like, hey, what the hell are you doing? Just like you did. That's exactly what I'm looking for. The more it brings you out to like, what was that? That's what I look for. So brandalizing things or vandalizing things for that matter, if done correctly, should, raise the conversation instead of saying like, oh man, you just fucked it up, which might also be part of it. But brandalizing or brandalism, which is the name of this my very first expo, goes in that very same concept. Yes.
Now, Juan, you since the day I met you, you've always been this low key, very very humble dude. So I'm gonna brag for you. Um, since I met you in New York, man, I almost feel like you've been on fire, right? You were speaker at NFT NYC. I want you to talk about that. A lot, your art was on some billboards. I want you to talk about that. Not only that, but also, I'm gonna say it wrong because um, there's a certain way you got to say it, and I just say it the way I see it. But Jutta Gallery, I want you to talk about that. Also, the event produced by One Love Art DAO. Jenny was the physicals, right? Then also the Oculus Friday. You were you created there. I think that was Chaz's little hoedown, right? I want you to talk about that because I feel like the hot streak. I feel like the hot streak isn't stopping right now. So can you, how about I ask you this? How was your summer, Juan? Why don't you talk a little bit about all of the windfalls that you had going on this summer?
I do try to be humble about it because I still feel it was a dream, and I like talking about this with my friends, with you Zapata, with you, because you were there, and I'm like, you were there, so you can say it was true. Like, it really did feel like a dream. On a more serious note, it felt this year, this summer, which was, I feel, has been long in a good sense. Like, so many things have happened where it was a summer of, like, achievement, and I feel that's really beautiful. Heading out to New York again 3 years in a row, we went from looking at our friends and just admiring and being inspired by seeing their art being showcased in Times Square. Dude, it's Times Square. We said, and when I say we, I mean you, Zapata, and I, we said, dude, we have to be there next year. Like, I don't know what the hell we got to do, but we have to work a lot, and let's get our freaking art up there. So we did work a lot. 2024 was amazing, and 2025 just being on the main stage. I remember just LJ from NFT NYC coming out and saying, "Yo, we have some like great news or maybe a surprise for you." And they said, "We're gonna give you the main stage," and that was just amazing. It was a really good moment because it's what you dream of when you go to these events. Um, and being able to share my story, like everything that we have done, the creation of an expo that mixes art and tech, my art being showcased here, being showcased there, and reaching all these different like platforms on a global scale next to my friends like you Zapata and Superama, people who I also admire, was just like a beautiful moment of realization. It was like, wow, man, we're out here, it's like we're in New York. Um, and that was crazy. And then just the next day, you go out and you're on this amazing terrace in Times Square. This feels like a dream. I have a video of this because if not, it does feel kind of hazy. Um, and
Wait,
I,
hang on, Juan. What was the talk about?
oh yeah, we talked about how we created brands around ourselves. So it was basically about personal branding on Web 2 and Web 3. So whenever I say like hybrid or like an artist that mixes Web 2 and Web 3, that's what we're basically talking about. Like, how do we create or have created a brand out of ourselves on Web 2 because we come from physical art, and how have we bridged that onto Web 3, which honestly is a conversation I've had since I went into Web 3. It was like, this allows me to sell my paintings, and then I found a whole like digital market, which I was new to, but it's always been about bridging the two worlds and like showing people from Web 2, like, just as I call them, people, um the benefits of Web 3 and like what we do here, and like all these crazy people just jumping around with NFTs and blockchains and all of these things that we talk about, and how that may benefit them. I feel it's great. So that was what the talk was about. How have we mixed that? Of course, from the perspective of Superama and what she's done from graphic design, and like she won a Grammy. Like, this lady is amazing. Just sitting next to her was like, wow. I mean, I'm lucky to call her a friend. We had Judasaca, who you know. You have his Palometa right there. Really cool dude. I love him. He's my brother in arts, and he was sharing all that he's done through his Palometa and like even helping people out in Colombia in need, like solving freaking hunger needs through art and blockchain, which is beautiful, and UNICEF. And I was sharing also about my experiences between AR and VR and how we've taken, and I feel like really eased up the conversation of Web3 to like living Colombian and Latin American artists. And that was really like cool to be there and like be able to share that with this amazing audience and on the main stage at NFT NYC in New York. Still feels like a dream. I do have to say.
All right. Give me a little rundown of hope I got the night right. I think it was Wednesday night. Jutta, was that Jutta Gallery Wednesday night? I think it was Wednesday night. Was it Tuesday night? No, it was Wednesday night.
It was one.
Right? Yeah. Give me a little rundown of the Jutta Gallery, One Love Art DAO, Jenny's event. I thought that was a fantastic event. I mean, just walking in there and seeing all the physicals, big round of applause. Cause if everyone don't know by now, everybody knows I'm a fan of physicals. And then the digitals, the NFTs next to them. And I loved how she lined up you three guys next to each other. Very clever, putting the art cartel all together. And you guys know I'm a fan of the art cartel. So you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, that was another like beautiful moment about this trip this summer. It felt, I mean, it was like right the next day. So we had shipped our paintings priorly, right? That were being set up by the Aquino Foundation team. And it was just a lot of work, putting all this up, and it was beautiful to see like a community really come and work together. So it was really nice to see that. But then you would like snap out of like the we're setting up this amazing exhibition, and you would sort of, or I did, just take it in for a bit, like just like you did, like you would walk in this beautiful gallery. The day was beautiful. I have pictures from that day. It was just like sunny, but it wasn't hot, just like the other days have been. Monday and Tuesday were really hot for that week. We were in New York.
Yeah,
And
what
then
that whole week was scorching. That
but
whole,
then Wednesday was kind of like it was. I would say the best weather day we had, like the best temperature we had, and it just felt great. Um, and I remember going with Luca because we had been, I don't know, we went to get drinks or something, and we were walking back, and I was like, if this feels like a movie, like the neighborhood is beautiful, it's like Soho, and then the gallery's right there. There's people out there hanging out. It's a show, and I was like, wow, man, I have physical pieces here in New York, and that's great. So now going back to the piece itself, it allowed me for this physical exhibition to kind of go and showcase this other great, I mean, I would say character of mine in terms of my work, which is I do a lot of abstract work, and I wanted to put that into the Sacred Origins um, exhibition, and the curation was just beautiful. Like being selected for it was really like, wow, man, we're doing something great out here, and it did feel like surreal in the way that they mixed, and you mentioned the like the physical and the digital pieces. It's the best exhibition I've seen in having great curation in terms of the physical pieces, but then right next to it you had like this beautiful, you couldn't see, like it was cable less almost, like it was like, wow, man, how
that's
did they
right. That's
do
right. No wires.
no wires? That's what I wanted to say. And I was like, this is crazy. And then they had, there was live painting, and it was just like, wow, man. Like, and when you would talk to the artists and how they got to that specific and choosing that painting and sending it out, it was like, wow, man, these people are really great art. Like it allowed me to engage with artists from like New Zealand and like New York, and like I was like just blown away. There were some really great pieces. It was a beautiful show. The food was great. Doesn't regularly happen. The food is not always great at shows, but it was. So shout out to the Aquino Foundation team members and the One Love Art DAO, because Man, that was a really great show. I loved how we came together. I'm glad
Um,
you.
good.
No, I'm glad you enjoyed it because I mean, I remember being there with you and just having a blast. I mean, I have pictures from you from that day with you, and it was really fun, man. We really did have a lot of fun that week.
That was a great week. There's just so many. I didn't realize how many guests were in the house just that week. But more than anything, I mean, I know you guys. I feel like I know all you guys from anything, from Spaces, from having you guys on the show. And when I say you guys, I mean that the whole One Love Art DAO, the whole crew, from Jenny to Chaz to quite a few different artists. Not obviously not every artist was there, but I just yeah, man, I felt at home, hanging out with you guys, and I loved the exhibition. I thought just a very well done job. So that's one way to get my attention. I know there was some things going on throughout the week. I don't know if you want to talk about them, but I think I picked back up with you guys on Friday at the Oculus. So that's where my mind's going to go. But if there's anything you want to talk about that week, but I also wanted you to talk about the live painting at the Oculus. Yeah, I think this is all good stuff to talk about because, like you said, it did feel like a week of dreams. Just getting to meet everybody and getting the chance to finally meet all you guys in person rather than doing this live streaming stuff. That was the dream part for me, because it's just I love it's just not only do I love art and not only do I love you guys as artists, but I love the vibe you guys have. And so, to me, I think when you meet someone in real life, I think it's super important that I think that what everybody thinks from Spaces to lives is, is this person, is this person the person that I talk to all the time in Spaces? Is this the person I have on the show? And then when you meet everyone and you realize, holy shit, like this is, this is them in lot, and oh, they really are, the way they are. And so to me, that's like something real. And I love real. Probably more than I love anything, I love real. So when you guys come to life, it's like, ah, shit, like here they are, in real life. Yeah, so my mind's going to go straight to the Oculus. I don't know if there's anything during the week that you want to touch on, the billboards maybe, but yeah, go ahead. Why don't you take it from there, man?
Yeah, before we go to the Oculus, I mean, two things. The all the shows we had on the screens, but before that, it's really and we do seem kind of crazy, like just chatting up on Twitter. I talk to you guys like almost on a daily basis. We're touching bases. Like, yo, Mark, I know what you're doing. Yeah, I went to your show. I saw a bit of it here, a bit of it, and then it's like we do really keep up. And then we do shows like New York and like the IRL shows or just real life. And then we meet, and then we're like, oh, now we click. Now we're like, this is it. And then like, just the conversation that keeps up. I feel it's really entertaining. We have this saying. We were talking about this like some days ago. We said, yeah, we met on Twitter. And I'm like, yo, we met on Twitter means we've traveled to like these amazing cities around like the States or even the world just because we met on Twitter. So that's kind of fun. Like that's what we are doing out here, just like enjoying ourselves as we do art and we meet great people. So as we've met great people, we of course landed on this amazing, beautiful community, which is One Love. And they did a great opening show to NFT NYC and like not NFT NYC, sorry, but like to the Art Week of New York. And so we had a show on that was like the theater district, and they had these beautiful vertical screens, and the show was really really nice. That's where we met, and then they did another one of those shows on Saturday. But we also had the ones on NFT NYC, which we were some of the highlighted artists for that screen, and just being on the terrace felt really cool. I feel that was something to really highlight from the NFT NYC people, like just making sure that the screens we had for Times Square were really like one would have a really great view from that terrace at the hotel where the event took place. So that was just beautiful. I did really feel like wow. I remember going out there before the screens were like showcasing our art and just like taking it in, and I was like, this is some major shit. Like this is massive. I was like just blown away by it. And then I came back in and I was like, yeah, guys, let's have fun. But I really went out and took a moment to enjoy it because it's Times Square. You see that on like the movies and stuff. You don't go to Times Square every day unless you live in New York and then you never want to go there again. But it's Times Square, so it was really fun to be out there. And then all of that, like just a crazy week. All that we've said have been only 3 days, so it does feel kind of crazy. And then we did Friday at the Oculus, um, which is great. They have a beautiful gallery called the Canvas 3.0, and Chaz had, like created this massive event where he had some of the artists paint live. So I had the chance of painting live at the Oculus, and it just felt really like touching. And I kind of did a like a homage or like a recognition of the city, and I wanted to showcase that on the piece. And people really engaged with it. Like it was really fun seeing how people would like go around and just like, oh, I'm gonna come back in a second, then just see where like the actual piece was going to, and it had really great feedback. So that was really, really amazing. It was really fun to do that live. I'm normally not a fan of painting live because it's like, it's not like pressure, but I would have to finish it up quick. Here we had a lot of time. It just felt like a family cookout in a way, and it was
Yeah,
really
yeah, yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah.
it felt
That's yeah. I don't think I could have described it better. I was looking for a way to describe it, but yeah.
yeah, it
Again,
was
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but
no
yeah,
fine, but it
one hundred
does
percent.
in terms of like the warmth of the people there. So that was I felt like really beautiful hanging out with like everybody there. I felt the love. It was like a celebration of what we've done and like closing the week, and then the art was really, I would say, like festive. I wish I had a picture here, but maybe we could find one. It was really festive, and people really enjoyed it. I felt it was great. And then as we went out to like the street, because we were sending these pieces out to Miami, they were leaving, like they were gonna be sent out to Miami. The people walking by, they were like, "Yo, these are great pieces. What are you doing?" Because it was like a big group of people just holding up like 4 feet paintings, 4 feet by 4 feet, and they were like, "Yo, this is great." So just seeing that and having that, I'll say that love from people out there in the street just felt cool. It felt nice. It felt like it was a place to be. So that was really beautiful about New York. Um, this year, it really did feel like a dream. Like I didn't feel like a tourist anymore. I like saying that about this third time. I'm still a tourist. I'm not saying I'm some sort of New Yorker. I'm just saying it felt more like known. I felt more on my like this is where I'm at. It didn't feel like, oh, where do I go? And that was really fun about this time in New York, and just like taking that really high wave, if you like ever surfed or seen somebody up there, and being able to keep it up has been really fun. Like bringing that all of that energy from New York and like the people itself and themselves, um, out here to Bogota just feels like I was able to really translate that vibe of like the exhibition, the technology, the people, the fun, like the music, the friends, and really enjoying art. At the end of the day, is all about a celebration. I have this great friend of mine. He said, "Oh man, it's great you're doing your solo expo." He's like, "That's like when you were a kid and you would do birthday parties if you like them." He's like, "It's just like a birthday party when you were a kid," and I do feel it's like that. This is not my first exhibition. I've done plenty, in terms of Chromiverse, this platform we created. It mixes the two worlds, physical and digital, and it then allows Latin American artists to really understand these worlds in an easy conversation, as I like to say, like translating Web3 into like, oh, this is the way it's done, or this is what people can do. So we've done, um, I'll say 7 editions of these exhibitions now, very successful ones. Like we've had tons of people, at each one of them that we've had. One in Costa Rica, so that was pretty fun to take it like out to the international play like ground, and then we did I would say like a bi city one. We did Bogota and Miami at the same time, so that felt really cool. Just to be able to mix those two worlds, And this one time I'm doing this one for me. It's like my own um first solo exhibition. So it's been really fun um to have a great team to work on. And I do want to highlight that. I sound all hippie and shit, but I mean it, you know, it's like um if you have a good team around you, it just really works, and it's really, you know, it feels like family at heart. So working with Jenny as the creator of this amazing exhibition, it's like having, I'm gonna say something funny, but literally like a fucking superior chat GPT you can ask questions to. And that's Jen. You know, it's like, Jen, what if we do this? And then it's like the greatest fucking idea ever. And then we start working on that. So that was really fun to really have the time and being organized and professional about setting everything up, and like being able to fly people out here. So that has been really, really cool. Taking the vibe of New York and putting that into like artworks, the pieces I've created, I would say are, man, like some of the happiest paintings I've done in some years. So it does feel great um, to kind of showcase that through art and like colors, which I normally did not use as much, but now I'm just like really on this really colorful vibe, which I guess eventually, hopefully not, but it will, you know, wear off, and then it will, you know, shape up to different sorts of creations. But I've been really happy. So I feel when I'm happy, it allows me to, you know, touch and knock on different doors and create like and use different mediums, like sculptures, like really engaging on having fun interactions around like art with AR and like cool VR interactions. So that's really where I'm trying to drive the conversation to now. Also, how the world of like AR and tech has been understanding all of this, a lot of AI, which helps these interactions have come into place. So I see brands are also reacting to that. When I say brands, I say like multi freaking billionaire companies that invest into the apps that we normally use to share and create these interactions. So they have now shifted into more like personal experiences, and I feel that's the way it should be. It should allow the person that has art sometimes, you know, I love different approaches, but sometimes to be able to engage with it and maybe share their art with other people. I feel that's always the, like, not the main goal, but one of the most important focuses of my art, being able to share it with other people. And Brandalism really, the expo really takes on that. It takes on like nice vibes. I would say like good vibes, as Luca would say, from New York, and like achievement. I would say, yeah, it's like I feel good, and also of course the concept of brandalism and how I play with these brands and these icons to, you know, show other things and feelings and achievement and whatever emotions that I may or might have been feeling in these last months, which were happy in terms of like the come up to the exhibition. So a lot of new pieces. I'll say most of them. The exhibition is gonna have, if I'm not mistaken, 16 pieces, which is really like a lot of work, which has been fun. I've been happy painting all of those new pieces, and I'm also launching sculptures. So I feel that's like the big news or really interesting news about this exhibition, being able to take that AR and finally that digital sculpture conversation that I've been having for a while into the physical. So in this one medium, instead of, as I normally would, instead of going from physical into digital interactions, in this case, I went from digital creations into the physical. And that has really allowed me to see like the differences of bringing that into like really creating and like playing with the sculpture, and then like changing this and changing that. And then you get to the molding and all of that. So it's been really, um, I'll say like a learning process that showed me like very interesting ways of playing with brands and showcasing them for this really amazing exhibition. So I'm happy. The merch, which I'm wearing today, shout out to my own merch.
I saw that we have some new merch on you. Yeah.
It's great. I've landed this great team, as I was saying, of these kids of from Medellin, and they have this like great clothing and like just the fabric is great. So I really like wearing it, and I feel that's what I always want to do with like the merch that I create. It's like stuff that I would like to wear, and therefore like I could sell it or like offer it to people. So I feel this is it. Like we're at a great point right now for the merch. So it's been fun. People have been buying it like before the exhibition as it's allowed on the registration link. So it's been like really fun and interactive. So I'm just happy with how the things have are turning out for this exhibition, Mark. I wish you were here, man.
It sounds like something I don't actually want to miss. Huda. I mean, expect. You know, I had this plan as you were talking. I was going to tell you that you should let Jenny jump on and talk about the event for 5 minutes, if she wants to. But what can we expect from this event, Huda? You know you know. Normally, you've been in a lot of different events, right? A lot of different places, but this is more of a solo show focused on you. What it sounds like is there's some tech involved. Sounds like there's a launch of a physical sculpture involved. And then, if I heard you correctly, did you say 14 or 16 pieces?
Yeah. So Jen, I think they went out to get food or something for
Oh,
this. So
okay.
and talk about the expo from her perspective, which I'll love.
Yeah.
Or but for this exhibition, yeah, 16 pieces. So basically, it's almost like half and half. I'm having a lot of Mickey Mouses and like deconstruction of the icon itself. Um, that was part of it. Even for the like the sculpture, there's a meaning behind it, and like creating and breaking the icon, as I like to say. Um, just changing perspectives, not in a bad way, like oh you should not have icons, just changing the way you see them. So in this expo, as is my first solo, I'm bringing it all in. There's going to be 16 physical pieces, a lot of them with wood stock, which I like. And I mentioned that I want to talk a little bit about that now. Um, like the sidekick, or like as I said, I'm the youngest of like six siblings. And I really enjoy that because I would always be like the sidekick and I'll be helping out. And now that I've been like doing this art thing, I feel it's really cool to shine on your own. So I wanted to really portray that, and not in a bad or like show off kind of way, just like this is what we're doing. So a lot of the pieces that are out here in this exhibition are gonna have to deal with that feeling of achievement, of like recognition of what I've done, kind of like setting the mood to where I want to go next, and like the objectives and like goals that I set up for myself to
Ho-
keep pushing. Yeah.
Hoda, Juan, I just, you know what? I want to say something. There was nothing more. I would love nothing more than to be there for this. I really would. In the next room, I have a 17-year-old dog, and I don't. It's almost impossible for me to go anywhere right now, aside from leaving, for a very short period of time. It's even hard for me to leave overnight and come back. I can't, it's difficult for me. So I want to make that clear because if I could have been there, I would be there right now. Matter of fact, we'd probably be doing the show all together from the gallery right now. That's what I would have loved to done, but unfortunately, um, I have a very close friend that makes travel, makes everything very, very difficult, and I don't trust too many people with her at all, to be honest, and I can't leave her. She's, on her last, she's hanging on by a thread, and so it's just I'm a little stuck right now. So I wanted to make that clear because I'm not lazy. I never would be lazy, and I would be there right now. But it just unfortunately it doesn't allow. Summer, that's her name. Summer doesn't allow me to be there. So she's my responsibility. I have to take care of her right now, and for as long as she holds on. But it's just a situation where I'm a little stuck. So, that I feel like I owe you because I would be there. There wouldn't be a doubt in my mind if I had the ability to free roam, but I don't. So, I want to let you know that that is what's keeping me here at the moment. It's just making life a little difficult at the moment because it's very difficult for her to function, especially without me around. And one wrong move and it'll be the end of her. So, kind of her caregiver at the moment. I really don't know how much longer she has, but I can promise you this: in the future, we will. I will be down there at some point in time. I would even love to make it to Miami somehow, but I really don't. I literally need someone sitting here watching her 24/7. So, it's just the situation that I'm in right now. But that I wanted to say. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I felt like I needed to say that.
No, man, I completely understand. I know like exactly where you're standing right now. And I mean, it's completely fine. You don't owe me. It's fine. We're gonna be at more exhibitions around the world, maybe Miami for sure, New York, and I don't know, other places, man. Let's travel around. Let's do these interviews all over the world. Hopefully in one for sure down here in Bogota, man. We love showing people around the art cartel, all three of us. We'll go get you at the airport. We'll go fucking hang out with you, go eat, and show you around, man. This is a beautiful city, Bogota. It's fun. It's like it just vibes on art and like it's like kind of bohemian sort of thing. So it's really fun town, man. I know you're gonna eventually come out here and have a blast with us.
Yeah, you could bet money on it. It's just unfortunately I just it's
Completely
I'm just I got responsibilities and my responsibilities got me, and I can't, I don't want to look at it in a negative or a frustrated way because she has been my very close friend for almost 17 years. So it's like, I got to make the best of the situation, but I know this much for sure. If I had the ability to be right there supporting right now, I would. So there's probably no place else I would want to be because, I mean, you know how much I love this shit. So, yeah, man, just go back to, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I felt like I needed to say that to you. So,
thank you.
yeah, that was just something
Oh,
that, go
yeah,
ahead, man.
totally understand. So hopefully you don't feel bad about that at all. So much love to Summer. I like that name too. Thank you for
She,
sharing
she's
about it.
she's an awesome dog, bro.
Yeah, she is 17 years, man. That's beautiful. Um, in fact, I think Luco's cat was just hanging out with us over here. Also, I love animals. So like cats and dogs, even though sometimes they give me a bit of allergies, but I just take one of those like Allegra pills and I'm fine. So no big deal. I love them. Um, and yeah, I mean, I completely understand. So for the expo, I mean, eventually, and you've been through some of them, you know how it goes. We're gonna have also pieces. I wanted to mention this before I go on to how we're mixing this exhibition with what three. I'm also inviting two great artists, which I bet you know, Yusef Zapata and Lucas Zapata. Did you know they have the same last name?
I
I don't
did not know that. I thought I was hearing something wrong for a second,
no no.
but they both
Yusef
have the same
Zapata
last name, huh?
and Lucas Zapata. Of course, Lucas goes by Luco, and Yu Zapata, well, he goes by Yu Zapata. So Yusef, but they have the same last name, and I mean, there's only a couple. So I'm the only unique one out of the three, which is fine. Um, Um, that's a dumb joke. So we all three are showcasing art together at this exhibition. So it's my first solo exhibition, but I wanted to have this sort of wall of recognition for my two boys, Yusef and Luco. So they're also going to be showcasing art there. It's going to be a blast, man. We're really going to have a blast. We'll send you pictures, not as great as yours, but we'll send you pictures anyhow of the event. So it's really beautiful to be able to have that. And yeah, I was talking a little bit about the pieces and how some of them, like, they do make I do Mickey Mouses and they're beautiful, and I like to play with that like broken icon conversation. And there's a lot of Woodstock, like making the I would say, in this case, myself, but like the younger sibling shine. That's kind of like the conversation there as we use these brands to do so, instead of showcasing the other thing around. And also, for this amazing exhibition with Jen, we got together and doing the curation, like curational process of the pieces that were there. We got onto this beautiful piece that we wanted to like preserve, on chain. And this piece goes out on the 28th as well on Gamma. There's gonna be 20 editions of them, very affordable prices. I wanted to really share this first exhibition with people, so I'm not like showcasing in that sense of shilling, but just being able to bridge those two worlds. And Bitcoin is the one blockchain that has allowed me to do that. Like ever since, I loved all the other like blockchains. I don't kiss ass to any of them. I don't care. But Bitcoin, ever since we went out to Mexico last year for the 10x 10, it was like 10 Latinos, Latin artists that had created 10 editions for 10 pieces. So it was the 10x 10 um, drop on Gamma on Bitcoin. Ever since I went on to Bitcoin, people that were like, what the hell are NFTs and all of that, which it's a different thing. But at the end of the day, Bitcoin and ordinals and all these different concepts, it's way closer to people. Like the barrier of what the hell are you doing has been like lowered, and people have been really receptive of these new, I'll say technology. Of like, oh, you're doing art on Bitcoin. I've heard of that. It's interesting. I've bought some, or I have some wallet with some Bitcoin. Like people really now talk about it, especially since we've been on a like bull market. So Bitcoin has been up the roof, and then people are like, oh my god, Bitcoin. So I felt, and since it's like the most known blockchain there's out there, not to say best or worst, whatever, not to position that, um, I felt it was like the right place to go to in terms of really preserving art on chain. So we took all of these like additions that we're creating, if I may, and we put them on this beautiful blockchain, which is Bitcoin, and we created the parent-child structure, which is really valuable for what we're trying to showcase here, bringing it all back and attaching it to this very important moment of my art career. I know I've been out here for a while. It's been months, years, weeks, days, whatever, but really having my first solo exhibition, I wanted to be like a special moment to recognize, to leave on chain, and to really start or keep building from this amazing step I'm taking on having my first solo exhibition with Jenny Pepin from one of our DAOs. She's curated other exhibitions, plenty of them, and having her in my team has really upscaled and given that professional viewpoint of the curational process for an exhibition. So it's really taken it up a level. Um, these pieces that go out on the 28th also have that. It connects back to it's a 2019 piece. Um, and it was like the first time I ever mixed or started mixing brands, so it was like the genesis really of brandalizing or using the concept of brandalism in my work, and like just using that piece to really connect with the Web3 audience felt right. And that's where we're going, and that's where we're driving this on the Gamma platform, which they've been great. I really do have to mention, Gamma is really fun. It's easy to use, and the whole team has been really, like, I'll say giving, even, they've been very willing of helping, and really nice to work with. I'll say really easy to work with. Even though they're New Zealand, so it's like, but that's another conversation. You were gonna say?
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but these are ordinals. Yes? No?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I wanted to make sure I got that right. Also, I don't know if you showed me or if you didn't show me or if you're saving it for the end. You did what did you show the sculpture and I missed it?
No, I haven't shown it here, but here it is. Don't yell at me, man. Chill.
I'm sorry, man. I'm just my excitement, bro.
This is it right here. I wanted to do that piano black. It's like very reflective.
Yeah, it looks super. I was gonna ask you if you chromed it somehow because it looks super reflective.
No, but it does have that shiny, um, really like, yeah.
Yeah,
They call
good.
it piano black because it's like beautifully just sealed up so it reflects. Of course, I have the lighting right on it, but I wanted to do that. And of course, the crown with just that little pop, it's like not perfectly symmetrical. I just wanted to play with those two a bit. Kind of catches people's eyes as well. So I'm really happy. It does go on a base. I don't have it here right now with me. I'm at Luco's. But it goes on a beautiful base. It's actually quite heavy. Like in grams, I don't know. It's maybe like 300 grams and the base together. So it's really heavy. It's poly resin, and yeah, man, I'm really happy with the outcome. We really did go around it like good 6 times. Making sure like the way it would stand and the way it would look and like the arms and everything. It was a really fun thing to work on and getting, as I said, getting down to that mold and like very specific. I don't know if I can show you here, but the teeth are like super tiny and like I just really wanted to get that detail on there and allow like the people to say, "Oh shoot, like it's really detail oriented," which is like it has a lot to do with my work, even though it's like sort of messy and all of that. It's like every little mess that you see on my work, it's intentional. So putting this up and these two beautiful colors, of like black and red, very characteristic of my early works, and the one that is going on Gamma on Bitcoin, just it meant a lot to me. There's also going to be um, a red piece.
Ah,
So that's
I
the
was about
Mauro
to
red.
ask if there's any other versions.
Yeah, there's one of them that I did. Like I took the original, like first, I'll say one that they gave out to me, and that one I painted on by myself, which is a really cool piece. And like I wanted to have it as a studio piece, but people have been going to my house and say, "Oh, this looks great." So I'm like to my studio, and I'm like, I don't know. It was a piece that was gonna be for me, but the other ones, are black and red. Like there's all red, and then these black ones with the red hats, as I like to call them, but really red crowns or Marlboro roofs, if I may.
Also, not for nothing, but have you? I mean, it would kill me to cover up that shine, but have you thought of even maybe tagging a few up at all, or did that thought ever cross your mind?
Yeah, that's the one I did first. I like also like always, sorry, taking as I like to call like a studio piece, somewhere where I'll try out things that I like. So yeah, I did do one all tagged up, and then I did this rat scat version of like the skeleton rat that I'll paint in my earlier works, which is I mean, it's where the smoking rat concept comes from. So I did that that little skeleton on there, and it looks pretty dope. I might put it out there for the exhibition if I'm honest, because it's had great reception and people have made great comments
Did
about it.
did
I mean,
did
people
hang on? Did you say you drew a skeleton on one?
yeah,
Oh, that must look cool.
I do got to show it to you. I
That
know
look
you.
that must look dope, bro.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's pink and blue. I really like dig these two colors for the exhibition. There's a lot of pink and blue, um, and like teal, if I may. So I did use these two colors on that piece, and yeah, I mean, some of the original pieces. If you go back to those, I remember talking about the smoking rats with you here. Um, but if you go back to those early works, you would see that I would do the smoking rats, which was basically like a skeleton little guy or like little Mickey Mouse with a yeah, skeleton looking head, if that's what was out there. And then they would be smoking. And that was funny because then as I started using AR, this is public, right? So they would say like, oh no, if your whatever AR has like alcohol or like tobacco consumption, any of those things, it would get knocked down. So I felt it was like, oh, this is really like brandalizing because it's getting knocked down immediately from the from like the AR filters I would use back in the day. This was like I'm talking 2019 maybe, like even before going into NFTs or like any digital stuff as itself. So that made me, mold my art into some other ways of messaging or creating these brandalizing ideas. So that was really fun to bring up. But yeah, these are really the pieces that I would say put all of my intention of this exhibition into one. There's pieces that I love, of course, but creating, as I mentioned earlier, a different medium to showcase that is really fun. Like it's just really really fun to play with. The
Hey,
heavy.
uh, Juan, we're like an hour and 10 minutes in. You
I got Jen back
oh
first.
oh okay.
I wonder if she's available, but I guess she might be. Yeah.
You wanna you so I was gonna say you want to move over to the computer and show some shit, but I'd love to bring up your gram and show everybody what you've been up to since the last time we've had you on. Put some visuals to everything we spoke about. But before we do that, it might be great to get Jenny on to talk about the exhibition a
Curator
little bit.
herself of brandalism. Let's see if she's up here. Let's give her a round of applause, everybody. Let's go, Jenny Pepe. She just landed, so from a 5-hour flight.
Well,
What the
Jenny, I only need you for 5 minutes. That's all.
All good. Hey,
What's up, Jenny?
how you doing, Mark?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Okay, so Jenny, why don't you give us the breakdown of everything, what's going on down there, and give it to us in Jenny fashion, and let us know what you put together and what's taking place. What can we expect to see? And yeah, go ahead. Why don't you take it from there?
Awesome. So, I've been working with Juan actually for several years now, and he's always like been very artist centric. Like all the shows that he's been a part of, those have been group exhibitions, right? And he's put on many like Costa Rica, here, dual city with Miami. And so this being his first exhibition, like we really wanted to showcase all of like his talents. So he's got paintings and he's got sculptures and he's got VR and merch. And so we were speaking, trying to sort of like conceptualize everything. And he was showing me all of his works, and he happened to come across this 2019 painting that I just was like, oh, what is that? It was super visceral, like so much texture. And he was like, oh, this is the painting that really started me down that path of brandalism. And I was like, then we have to do something with that. And so August 28th, on the same day as his first solo exhibition, there's going to be a drop on Gamma. And it's a super limited edition drop, and it's going to be on the homepage. It's only 20 editions, and it's like approximately $60. So it's amazing because the way that he did it, it really like cements his legacy, and it commemorates really well like what we're doing over here in Bogota. So it's awesome. It's great. I'm excited to be the curator. I'm also excited that the Art Cartel has their own wall, and they're tying everything together. And great to see you, Zapata, in person, and also experience being with Luco again in his amazing studio, which is where we're at right now. So yeah, it's going great.
The so the show
Mhm.
for Judasaca, what can people expect, and where do they where's the show taking place? And I mean, he kind of touched on 16 pieces, if I heard correctly.
Yeah.
Maybe might have some sculptures on display as well. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. So you can expect to see his iconic mouse. He's got different styles, different sizes. It's like a really great variety. But also, you're going to see things like the Snoopy character, Woodstock, and then you are going to experience like all of the layers, because it's not just the paintings, which are around that amount, but you're also going to like get to experience like his merchandise and VR. And if you want to learn about Bitcoin art, like for the first time, you'll be able to do that right there in the gallery, and really bridge the two worlds and be able to collect this like really special limited edition ordinal. And apart from that, it's going to be vibes. He has a DJ coming, and it's in the San Felipe area of Bogota, which is like a super artistic community. Great vibes. And so that's the 28th. There's a Luma floating around. It's definitely on his page. It'll be on mine after the show. Make sure to post it if you happen to be in this area and want to come. Yeah, it's going to be a really good time.
And Jenny, also, if I remember correctly, I think I've seen it once or twice. But you're also, there's some stuff going on with you as well. Maybe you want to talk about that real quick.
What do you mean?
I think you're, if I remember what you wrote correctly,
Yes.
professor, right?
So, ironically enough, in the exact same university where Juan teaches, because Juan's a professor, there was a lady who I met through him last year. Her name is Aura Cortez, and she put together a program for like online webinars where you could, as a student of this university here in Bogota, learn about NFTs and how you can monetize off of like your creative work. So that'll be in September. And yeah, I'll be giving online classes to people.
Okay, I thought it was the same time. I got, wait, no, September. Yeah. Oh,
Here
so
on the, yeah.
when are the dates of? Because this was the one thing I didn't hear. What was it? What's the dates of Judasaca's solo exhibition?
It's the 28th. So from then to like maybe 3 days afterwards to the 1st. Oh, to the 1st. Yeah.
All right. Jenny, thank you. I appreciate you jumping on and giving us 5 minutes.
Bye.
All right. Have a great time down there.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome.
Isn't she great?
Yes. I'm glad we got her on to get her perspective of this. Juan, you want to head over to the computer and maybe show everybody a little bit about what you've been up to visually. We'll apply some visuals to everything that's taken place that we talked about.
Yes, let's do that. Let's
Ah,
go
let's-
over there and show people, yeah, some of the things that we've been doing and how we've been prepping up, been firing up some like content for the exhibition and inviting everyone over to this amazing expo. It is really gonna be an amazing like experience. I feel I'm really excited about it and how we have worked for the things that are happening there.
Yeah,
I feel. Oh yeah, go ahead.
No, I got to be honest with you. I'm a little down that I'm not down there with you guys. That's bothering me, but I can't get sad. You know, I only, I know it's going to be an awesome time. Kind of brings back the NFT NYC feelings. You know. All right, what I want to do is let me bring up.
Well, I did want to say, like, one of the things that people are gonna get to experience in this exhibition is that a lot of my pieces have textures on them that digital does not allow to engage with. So I like the fact that people can go there and like see the physical pieces and really like see the textures and like the use of like paint and really get into those paintings in that sense. I've been using a lot of oil pastels, which I've been like really like enjoying from the texture it gives out and like being able to kind of like burn the tip a little bit like with actual like fire and just like painting with that. So that has been really fun in this and also for this exhibition, there's this one piece that's mostly I'll say like oil painting, but mostly because it's not all of it in oil. And I love that. Like it was the way I started. That's those are the textures that I look for in my art. Of course, sometimes I go out of that, but it's been really fun as I see like a whole cycle, like going back to the beginning of some of these inspirational works that I've created and like these characters and like these concepts that I've been able to create over the years. It's been a while, man. Like 2018 was not yesterday. It's been 7 years now. So
You know,
I'm
Juan,
this.
I always, uh, so you know how old I am. And
38, you said?
if you, yeah, a little less, 35. Um,
Man, you look old.
so 50 years, right? 50 years I've been alive. I've been at it, and there was a time when, my art was very popular, and it wasn't art. It was art for me, right? But it wasn't. They didn't consider it art. I was a freelance photographer, so they called it photography, right? They had a different perspective upon it. And I remember leaving. It was 35, 30 to 35 was a very hot time period for myself. And but I never did the art thing, right? It was just strictly freelance jobs, freelance shooting. And I took 15-year break, where I would say maybe 9, 10 years of that I went and built coral farms and started selling coral and propagating coral. And then, after I shut that down, I ended up in the NFT world, right? And just started learning about NFTs, spaces, and that's kind of what landed me here. And I always said that when I reignite the question mark, um, it could probably it would happen overnight, right? I had a fan base at the time of 200,000, and I lost that on MySpace, and I said they're still all out there. They still all know my logo, so all I had to do is reignite it, and I would get that pop right back from the internet. I always believed that, and thinking about all of this, I said it would happen overnight. I feel like I could reestablish overnight. And but this time, the way the internet's built with media, TikTok, IG, lives especially, I felt like it could instantly happen. I could instantly get that following back, and a double, triple it, quadruple it. As a matter of fact, I remember I ran the numbers once, and I said to myself, I felt like if I would have stuck with it through the 15 years, I felt like I would have probably ended up with 10 million at the time, right? So I often say to myself, that's what I should have. That's what because if you do the ratios of the numbers, the biggest person on the internet, which was Christine Dolce at the time, had 3 million. And I think I had 200,000. So to me, if you did the comparison to today, I would have 10 million. And that's the numbers in my head. That's how I see what I deserve. If I would have stuck with it, I didn't. But then, it's here I am making my way back in different ways, slowly but surely. And I always felt like people say in life, where did this person come from? The success just happened overnight. And that's the furthest thing from the fucking truth that nobody realizes, right? Nobody really pays attention or realizes. They know when you're popping, but when you're not popping, they don't see the 20, 30 plus years that you've been grinding at it, and so I'll say that about you. I know that because I know my background, and I know what they'll say when it reestablishes. There might be a handful of people that'll probably be like, oh, I remember that dude, but they'll never know about the 20, 30 plus years that I've been at it since I was 18, spraying and airbrushing, and when question mark was established back when I remember. I have the very first piece I ever painted, right? So nobody knows about the time, bro. Nobody knows about the time. So I feel you when you say that. That immediately resonated with me because I think the same way. Artists have been at it for years, decades before, one little thing, one little domino falls. And the next thing you know, everybody's like, oh, this dude, he saw success overnight. Yeah, bullshit. You know how many things I sacrificed for almost, close to 32, 33, maybe even 35 years, how much I sacrificed to get to the level that I believe I will return to. But nobody sees that. Now I think people see it more because they see the hard work online over time, right? They see it because you post as you build. But I don't have that. I don't have that timeline. I never posted throughout the 15 years. And before that, it was only MySpace where you didn't make posts. You just kind of showed your art, and that was it. So the best thing you can do is document it and keep chugging away. But yeah, man, you put that time in. I often believe that you put the time in, you put the hard work in, and it just takes one domino, bro. The one right person, the one collector, the one it's a Rihanna sees a sweatshirt or a piece of merchandise and ends up wearing it, and next thing you know, 100,000 people come flooding in, right? Anything, the one person buys it, it ends up someplace where you would never imagine. And the right, whose piece is this, and then. It just, and then oh man, that person just blew up overnight. My ass. It takes a lot of work, bro. A lot of work. It's especially if you know marketing. A lot of times in marketing they say, especially Nike proved this. It takes almost 6 times for you to see a logo before you're ready to purchase. If you see a logo, you start to get familiar with it around 3, 4, 5, 6, now you're ready to make that purchase. So that's how much marketing it takes for them to see a logo over and over and over and over and over again. And that's why I love all 3 of you guys, because I know your logos. I know the Palometa. I know the I guess you call it the rat or the mouse, right? And then I know Luco's face, right? I know the wink with the X on the eye, right? And so I know your logos. So I've the more and more you see them, and that's like you guys said, especially the topic of your conversation, branding, which is why I found one of your speeches, that the talks at NFNYT so educational, because I understand about I got the question mark, so you get it out there. I never felt like I lost. I think at the time when I had lost, when they took my page from me, I think at that time I felt like devastated. But then as I grew and as I matured and became more, experienced in life, I said, they're still all out there and they all know my logo. I just got to reach out and grab them again. That's all. So, just, bro, one thing at a time. And, it just, next thing you know, it's if the floodgates open and it's, and so,
what Tata always says is consistency, and you got to keep showing up. I feel that's what we've done.
Yeah.
Like, go with the wave and crypto and all of that, and just really understanding what we're doing is not. Hopefully, it would be luck. It would just be like, oh yeah.
Luck ain't got nothing to do with it, bro.
I mean, I wish it were so. Like you wake up one day and then you're like doing all these crazy things. No, it's been fun, and I like that. It's been a lot of work.
I feel like when I see you guys, I feel like it was back when I was 29, 30, right? And I'll share a quick story. I got on this site. It was called One Model Place. And I didn't get on it. This model that I was dating at the time kind of pushed me on to get on it. And I was like, nah, I don't. They have comments here. Like, listen, I don't want to hear anybody's shit about what they think about my art, right? I don't want to deal with it. It's like, I'm not interested. And she says, come on, let's just see what they say, right? And it's like, all right. So I posted a couple pieces of work. And next thing I knew, MTV contacted me. And if I wasn't posting, MTV would have never contacted me. Some girl saw my work, and it just so happened that I caught a feature on MTV. And it was that small feature. I think I only, it was this show. I remember. So I don't know. They gave some money. Some girl. I can't remember what the show was. It was about reforming someone, right? And when they reformed someone, they had the funding, and so she picked a photographer. And I only flashed on the screen maybe for 30 seconds, but a lot of people saw me, and then it just started and that it just flooded. It went crazy. So you just throw yourself out there. You keep getting your artworks out there. I like the fact that you're doing physicals and digitals, right? You're in both worlds. You're in the physical world and you're in the NFT digital art world, which I think is super important. Super important, because a lot of people either I'm here or I'm there. And no, there's two major movements going on. Yeah. And then on top of it, you got the tech, you got the sculpture. It's I love what Usapata's formula is working. It's working, and you're following suit. And I know Luca will be right in there too. That's why I love what Luca's doing with his little. I love these. There's an artist, Sheena. He makes these chaos cubes. I love his chaos cubes, and I feel like Luca is following suit with his little canvases, his little abstracts.
So
Yeah.
cool.
So, all right. Enough about that. More about you. Let's get back to you. So, I'm gonna let me see. I'm on your IG, but I gotta pick up from. Trying to figure out where to pick up from. Let me just check one of these. Chroma Fest, I think, is where we left off. You guys were putting together Chroma Fest, if I remember correctly. And that was back in 98 weeks, October. It's too far back, so I probably went a little far back. If I remember correctly, Chroma Fest is where we left off. Yeah, this is about right.
That was before New York. So
this was right. Chroma Fest. Well, this was 2024.
yeah, that was.
Yeah, but this was where we kind of left off on our last show, right? So if someone was to go back and watch your first show, I want to kind of, your first show is like your origin story. It's how they get to learn about you. But this show is kind of, we're picking up and we're following your art journey and your art rise, right? So that's where I'm trying to kind of figure out where we were. But I'm going to pick up right from here. Did you do Chroma Fest twice?
We did that once. We did that once in 2024. It was really a beautiful experience.
Right. We're in 2025. What am I thinking?
Right.
Right. We just finished talking about that. Okay. So I'm going to pick up right from here. And I'm just going to, I'm going to pick up right from here. Oh, yeah, look at that. Now this all makes sense. Now I remember them. Okay.
Now you're
yeah. So I'm looking at the sculpture now. That we were talking about that you. Yeah. Okay. All right. This is perfect. This is exactly where I want to pick up. Did we talk about Miami? I can't remember the end of that show, but we'll go through it because you were in Miami for Art Basel. Okay. I know you wanted. Did you want to pick up where
I mean, after New York, 2024 was really fun. We went out to Miami. I think we're going back this year. Miami Art Week is really just like a vibe. It's great. The weather is great to be in Miami because it's not that hot as it is now, and just hanging out with like people and your friends and art and Art Basel and the Miami Art Show, which is beautiful itself.
I know how to hang on one. I know how to settle this. I'm gonna just hang on. Give me 1 second. Okay. Oh, you're right. January. You were right.
Yeah.
Oh man, we're holy shit, man. Holy shit! I thought you were back in November. Holy shit.
Because I remember that December show.
You should have been like, Mark, shut up. It was January.
It was something like that, right?
Okay,
yeah.
so we were just talking. Okay, then we finished talking about Art Basel. Okay, that's where we
I
were.
was, yeah, I was
Okay,
back
January.
2020.
Let me bring it up to there. That's what I'm looking for.
But since New York, I do have to say, and if you look it up on IG, if you pull it up by any way, um, we did have this amazing exhibition with one of my like I'll say idols, or like he's really one of those artists that I admire, which is El Chupet Negra, and that was really fun to be like sharing, um, I'll say the stage and being in an exhibition with him here in Bogota. So that'll be pretty cool to share about, and also the amount of muralism that we've been working on lately, with Luco and like the cartel. We did some art yesterday. If you pull up the show, the Brandalism show on IG, I did some really cool mural for the show as well. Um,
Okay, here's my.
so that's been fun. A lot of spray cans lately. I would say I've been painting a lot lately.
All right, I'm back where we left off now. Okay. All right, I'm the one who's confused. You are right. I didn't. I cannot believe it was January. I thought it was earlier than that. I should have checked that before we got All right. Okay. Okay. Um, I'm watching you hang Snoopy.
Oh, that was a while back now. That was like December.
Okay, so that's hang on, hang on. I got January 9th. So I wanted to pick up right where we left off. All right. I think all right, we're good. We're good now.
Nice. In addition,
Okay, so I just got your IG playing next to you. Here's what I want to ask.
go ahead.
Or actually, here's what I want to talk about. Um, when it comes to brandalism, right? Obviously, when it comes to art, familiar characters. Um, as an artist, right? How does one? I don't know how to say this, and I don't want to say anything that is wrong. How do I say this? A lot of times when companies see their characters, there might be a problem sometimes, right? But when brandalism involved, it's the tweaking of the characters. And I want to make sure I'm saying this correctly. Does that is that a gray area? Does that allow you to bob and weave the way you want? Do you know what I'm trying to ask you?
Yeah, yeah, totally. I still don't know like the exact answer, but I know there is a gray area into like I would say some sort of brandalizing or brandalism, but more into like the fan art, you know, concept. So I mean, there is a little gray area that I like to play around with from like what the marketing perspective or yeah or view would not allow. So I think that's part of it. You know, it's like it's that fucking around. That's fun of it. Um,
Well, okay, here for a perfect example, right? Banksy. He created. Well, there was Disneyland, and then he created Dismal Land, right? Um, so I don't know enough about this to have this conversation. Um, I figured you would. Um, okay, forget it. We're not going to talk about that because I don't want to. Yeah, no, I don't want to say anything that I'm going to say wrong.
I don't really know. I mean, I've asked, of course, like lawyers and stuff like that, and it's the fan art kind of gray area where I like to play around. So it's part of the concept. You know, it's part of like the whole vandalism concept is about is like just messing around with those symbols, if I may. You know,
Right, 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 right.
does it violate? some copyright? I hope not. You know, I
Well,
hope not.
I used to have a friend who told me worry about it if you're doing that good, worry about it when it becomes a problem. Because then at that point, that's when they take notice, and right, you're at that point, you're huge. Okay.
We got to in jail after that. But yes, I think if it ever becomes a problem, I think, I mean, it would be big enough to be solved.
Yeah,
Like,
right. That's exactly was my friend's mentality. Don't worry about it now, because now they don't care. Worry about it when they do care. But when they do care, you'll be able to handle it at that point in time. Okay, talk to me about the formula of success here. What do you feel, right, as an artist? What goes into what's important in this formula, right? Because there's a lot going on with you. You have the physicals, you have the digitals, the digital NFTs. I love your merchandise. I love the logo on the merchandise. You have the sculptures, which were floating around a little bit towards the end of our last show. But now you really have the introduction of the sculptures. Uh, you have these big physical paintings, right? And then let's not forget about social media. So, in your mind, as an artist, what is the formula in your head that you feel works? Yeah, works. Right. That's what I want to say. What?
yeah, I totally get the question, and it sounds cliche and all, but like, one, there's not like something I need to do, and like aside from having fun and doing whatever the hell I want. So a big part of my art comes from that rebellious side of, I guess, everyone, not in a bad way of rebelling, just like, this is what I want to do. And that's why I think I knock on so many doors. That's why I do like the physical paintings and like the AR and the VR, because I really enjoy having those different approaches. And I just enjoy it. And it sounds cliche because it's what I guess people would normally say, but I wouldn't say there's a formula to success. And I was talking about this like a week ago, like having self-doubt. It's like part of everyone's process. And some people are like, no, I don't really feel that. And I was like honest about it. And I said, yeah, I do feel self-doubt sometimes towards my work and like my art. But then also I take and channel that into like work, and it becomes like this fuel of like beating myself, and it becomes this really fun raise of like just doing what I would think it's the right thing to do. So it's not like I'm following some weird like pre-designed path. And I feel that's the way to success. Like as long as you enjoy it and you're having fun. And I talk about this with you, Zapata, because we work together a lot. So I'm like, yo, if it's not fun, I think this is not it. And we sometimes say no to things that we feel it's not fun. It's like, oh, this ain't fun. This is not cool. I don't want to do that. It doesn't feel like the way I want to guide my process. So a lot of it has come down to success is do what you want to do because that's where you're gonna put most of your effort on. Like if you actually like what you're doing, and that has gotten me to do some really great things. And I think I'm gonna follow that path. Just like really focus professional. That is a tip, like you can't do this like you're messing around. I used to say art was like a hobby, but I do have another job, and it's normally like after 4, after 5 that I get into like my Web3 mode, if that's a thing. So balancing, that would be a great tip. That would be a great key to success, whatever the hell that means. But it would be like like have schedules for whatever you do, and be organized about your work, about having like I use my Saturday like weekend mornings to paint, and that's like a ritual to me because that's where no one is like awake. People would go out and not be awake on the morning on Saturdays and Sundays. So that's like my really go down to getting art done, um also like getting shit done um right, like if you're working correctly and you're being professional about it, you get that wheel moving. And also, and this is a tip to success, I do have one. Surround yourself with people you fucking admire. It's like, and it sounds cliche, and I've heard it every more now, but I've been saying that it's like you got to work with people you really do admire, and sometimes you have to work with people you fucking don't want to work with, and it's like not cool. And I do say that because I work with people I don't really want to work with. But some others, if you're able to choose, um, like then it becomes like a really important task about your success and about like what you actually do. Like you create your own team. If you can't choose, then you got to work with some assholes, and that's fine. But when you can, choose right, and then you have like support and like a great team to do things. And Brandalism has been all about that. It's been fun. It didn't feel heavy to create, like the merch, the art, everything, and all these pieces that we've been moving around in the last 7 years. If you put them up together the way they should, everything starts sounding right, like a good rock band. um and I've been enjoying that like lately, and that's also a great tip. Enjoy your what you do. It's like take profit in a way, not like monetarily only, but take fucking profit. Enjoy what you're doing. Celebrate. Have a beer. Do what you do. Whatever, it's fine. But celebrate. So we celebrate. We have fun. We're enjoying the process. We're getting our art showcased in crazy places, and we're doing that with our friends. So yeah, surround yourself with cool people and work hard. Don't
You
do drugs.
you know something that I've always noticed about you guys is I always loved your little video clips. I always thought they were done very, very well. Um, you guys always film everything that's taking place, but even more than that, the editing, the title work, the the transitions between just I'm watching the mural for Hedge that you guys doing, but even more than that, it's the actual video clip that you guys produce, and all of you guys are good at this. Uh, how much time goes into these things?
You know, um, we do get that a lot. It's like, how do you guys do this? And I'm like, I don't know, because we forget all the time. We're usually having fun, or like if we're going out to like do a mural, then we're like, oh shoot, man, I forgot to record. So it's not like we planned this all that great. But we do want to make it as and this, I hate this word, but like as organic as it is. Like we didn't put all that much thought into it, and we get it out to share and connect with. Um, like some of the audience that we've been able to create and the people that support us, and that's great because they know what we're doing. And I like meeting people and using social media for what it's for, instead of like just like bitching and fucking hating on everybody. It's like, yo, I saw you were in New York. That's great. How fun. And then you get those type of comments, and or like you went to Miami, or it's great you're back, and like all of these things, and it really allows us to connect. Um, and when we do it together, like when we get the art cartel to create videos and all of that, it's really fun as well. We share it. We share our ideas. I feel we listen to like whatever we say, not like most of the time. um but yeah, the editing and all of that, it goes through sometimes Judasaca, sometimes Luco, sometimes me. And it's like, you like this, you like that, and then we try to be quick and honest about the content creation sometimes. And I do say, because I was talking about this with a friend of mine, sometimes it's like, oh man, we have to create some content. It's like we don't always remember. It's like, oh fuck, man, I ended up this painting and I forgot to record. Um, or sometimes you like, I forgot to hit record. Like you plan everything and then you go and look and you're like, oh shoot, man, you gotta be kidding me. But I have been using tech to do this. So I got these Ray-Ban whatever glasses
Oh
that
shit!
I,
You got the Ray-Ban glasses too?
yeah, man, and they're fun.
Every
I thought,
single one of my friends got these glasses. They're all running around recording everything. They said they're like great. Oh, this makes sense now. Go ahead.
I
Yeah.
forget to record on those too, but they have given me this great POV, which is fun, for art creating and like whatever. But I don't always remember. So yeah, like if I'm honest, sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. But I'm glad that the ones that get out are kind of fun, and that's all we try to do at the end of the day. Some of them are informative. We want people to go to our shows, um, but basically just show the vibes that we're like hanging out with, or like the people that we're hanging out with, or whatever plans we're doing, or new art. I feel that's always fun to share, events and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm glad somebody's liking them.
Yeah, I got I got I just last week I went to a birthday party for one of my best friends, and everybody's everybody's the kid that is training me has him, and everybody just clicks and records, and you think about it, things are sitting on your head, and yeah, it's just easy, POV, like you said, POV. You're not necessarily in it, whereas if you had a phone, you'd be able to capture yourself a little bit more.
I still forget, but I do try to get a lot of content like made. Um, Try to, you know, but it's not. I always say it's not easy. It's not natural. That's why I don't like the word organic, because like I normally don't put my phone there to freaking paint. Like that's not what I do. I just paint. So having the self promotion part of art, like of the artist, has been, I guess, cool, but also like a hard task. I do have to say that. Like it's been like, wow, man, I suck at editing. I suck at recording. I forgot to do this or whatever. And there's like 1,000 laws of doing what I teach, or like marketing and awareness and all of that. But then using it for yourself as a personal brand, is a challenge. It's not the same as a fucking brand, dude. It's like you got to show your face, and like your art, which is like showcasing yourself like naked to the world. This is what I do. These are fucking like this is me. Um, so it becomes really, to me, natural, and I feel that's kind of cool. It allows me to connect with people and realize that I'm just some crazy motherfucker that decided to do what he likes, and I feel that's not to be all that crazy. I like painting. I like having fun. Let's put those two shits together, and then let's bring and spark up conversations that I would like to have, and those are through art and tech, and it should be hopefully fun. And some people might not like it, and we understand that. That's fine, but let's have fun. Like I feel that's what it's all about. At the end of the day, let's make dumb jokes, even with brands. It's like, oh, you're using this, you're doing that. It's like we're trying to make, um, just have fun. Like that's all I'm trying to do, and it is fucking fun. So let's keep it as that, and brandalism, and let's keep brandalizing and using tech like blockchain and this web whatever thing to connect with our friends. That's what it's there for, and that's the use I want to give it. So to me, even doing that today, it's rebellious. It's like, oh, this motherfucker is using social media for what it was intended for back in the 2000s. That's raw, yo. That's like people are not doing that anymore. People are not doing the whole like let's connect. It's more like it brings us out of our regular day life. As some people would argue, it's like, oh, you're on your phone all day. But then we're creating these IRL exhibitions, these like really cool interactions. So it doesn't become only one thing. We create a bridge, we enjoy it, and I get to know about you a lot more than I do with other friends that I don't get to reach out through social media. So that really shows that, I mean, at least I'm doing what I want to do with these tools, and it's fun, man, isn't it? Mark, aren't you having fun out here with art, collecting art, sharing art, talking to some really cool artists every day? It's fun, man. It's what it's for.
All right, so I got a question for you.
Yeah, sure.
It's a loaded question, so it's an easy one. Um, we're in New York right now. We just oh shit, you got me in the video. I just saw that. I don't go on IG, bro. I don't ever see these things.
It's an old ass video now.
Holy shit! I just saw this. Oh no, I saw it back then. Oh, but I didn't see myself in it. What the? Oh shit!
I added you just for now.
No. But I actually commented on it, so I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. All right, this I can't. There's too much media. All right, all right. Juan, let me ask you something. I go to this park, right? I got a friend on the block. He says to me, "All right, you're gonna come running with me." I said, "I've never been running before in my life." So we start off, right? 1 mile, 2 miles, 3 miles. Now, if I would run by myself, I can't get around the track more than maybe 4 times before I'm, and I start walking, right? But I got a friend with me, and come on, you can do it. You can do it. Come on, keep moving, right? Um, the friendship with you guys, not only that, but between everybody, right? Because even from a world away, I see you guys hustling and doors opening and big things happening. That motivates me. Is it nice to have friends to do this with? I mean, what would you say about that?
I mean, every time I go to this part of our art career gets soft because yes, man, like totally. Yusef Zapata, man, I owe that guy a lot. Not because he's done shit for me specifically, but because he's been there um for the good times. Like I wouldn't say there's any bad thing or any bad times around art, but he's been there like pushing me to do better and like it's like this sane like good sort of competition because we're not competing, but it's like we're pushing each other for the better and I love that about that dude. And then like a year into NFTs or not even so, we get Luco, which is like a gift from like the up above, it's like this crazy freaking soul painter, like really connected to art sort of dude that I feel brings us down to like this is what we do. And then he and Luco and Yusef and myself have this different ways of thinking, but it's all focused into like adding to who we are. And then putting those three heads together has been really fucking fun. I would not be here. I swear to God, I would have left this fucking space a long time ago. I love it, but come on, by myself,
It's
I would have left this in 2022, man. You know,
yeah,
do NFT and NYC by myself and being like, oh, yeah, this is great. And sharing that on social media, F that, man. Forget it. I'm here for the hugs and the people that I've met and for the One Love community that feels like family. I see those people 4 times a fucking year. It's beautiful. Always art related events, so it's even more fun. It's not like Christmas. It's like no, you went here because you wanted to. So yeah, man, friends have been. It's been I'll say 90% of this or 80% of this whole trip. It's what I'm here for. It's a beautifulness, and I was saying this to Yusuf, like, bro, I think you've been maybe like the second or like first person I've traveled to like more countries in the past 5 years. It's crazy how many countries and cities we've been to. Um, and it's fun. It's always fun. We're always hanging around. We're always having like a blast. We're always having a couple beers when we can. Um, and it's been great. And just having the three of us, we were talking about that today. We are 8 years apart, each one of each, like from each other. Like Luca's 8 years younger than I am, and Yusuf unbelievably is 8 years older than everybody because he's old as hell. So he's older, right? But we all connect through art, and this beautiful art cartel friendship has allowed us to do some great things. And sometimes reminding ourselves, like, yo, did you send this open call? Are you gonna do this? Are you gonna be a part of this? Should we do this? Should I do that? But most importantly, um, it's the honest support. It's like that is cool. This is not cool. This is my way of looking at it, and it's that honest opinion, the one that I really value. And I've said this in other spaces. I'm like, you can talk shit about my art all you want, but if Judasaca or Luco say like, hey man, this is not so cool, I'll listen to them two mother lovers because they are saying this from their heart, and that's beautiful. And also adding um like Jenny Pepin and having her as a close friend has been like amazing. Carlitos. I mean, I would name everybody here because it's been truly what keeps me coming back. It's like it's fun, man. It's like high school. It feels like
Yeah.
just my high school was fun. Like I had friends. I don't know. Some people might say I hated high school. Man, fuck you, whatever. But I had fun in high school. I was young, and my friends were fun. And this feels like that again. It's like the good vibes. It's like
Even before when you said the family barbecue thing,
yeah, it
yeah,
feels like
that was right on point.
you have your auntie, you have your like your sister, you have like your cousin, you have like all these different personalities that you get to connect with. Um, through art. It's not like you have to love their art. It's more like, oh, this is fun. You want to come and like have fun. We're sharing art all around the world, and it's like, yeah, man, I'm on it. Let's go. It's been crazy. Let's keep doing it, and hopefully bringing something to the community as well. It's not only what you take from it, but like it sounds cliche and all, but it's also what you give back um, to it. So I feel all of that connects to this moment right now, being able to celebrate on that and being able to put all of this together into my first solo exhibition. It's just beautiful, Mark. I do have to say, it sounds like sometimes I don't like talking about myself because it feels like I'm just like throwing flowers on my face. But this first solo expo is really a moment of celebration. So I'm happy. I'm happy about this.
So this is perfect timing, Huda, because I'm getting to the end of the IG, which is lovely because we showed the painting that was at Sacred Origins. Um, we showed the New York. I showed you up on stage um, for NFT NYC. Also, I showed, and then kind of right after that, there seemed like there was this little moment. I'm not sure what you would refer. It looked like you guys were doing art. I don't know what the show is exactly. Hang on. Are they? Is it? Is you Zapata, you and are they? I'm not sure if they're doorknobs.
Oh, the little
Are they
chupet negro. No,
mushrooms?
no, it's not a mushroom. It's a pacifier.
Oh, okay. I was gonna call it a pacifier first.
Yeah.
Um, I was afraid I was gonna
No,
call it wrong. But it
no.
was a pacifier.
His
Okay.
name in Catalan means the black pacifier, and worldly known for his logo, which is a pacifier. He's from Barcelona, not from Barcelona, but he's from like Spain and Catalonia, and his name is Chupet Negra, and he was like one of the first artists that I got to talk to when I lived in Barcelona before all of this, and he really inspired me. I true honestly have to say, into jumping into the art world. Like I said, oh, this is really interesting. I'm really inspired by this, and like he does a lot of street art, so I like street art. You've seen that in my work and bringing a lot of that into my canvases. So I met him back in 2018, and then he came. I mean, he had a couple of years that he came, and then the we had the pandemic, and he hadn't been back here for like 5 or 6 years. I met him a couple of other times in Miami, so we've hung out. He's a really fun dude. And then he was here for like a long, I would say like a month almost. And he had an exhibition, and he invited me and Judasaca to be a part of it. So that was really like a really cool moment of this after New York sort of deal, because he was the reason like that I started painting more and deciding to take this on a more professional level, and being able to be at a showcase with him was really fun. So that was really interesting, and I'm glad I was there with him. We were also there with some other like famous street artists, Yu Zapata and I. So that was really fun, and that was in July. So it's been crazy summer, crazy
Yeah,
crazy.
I'm gonna go with what I was saying before. You've been on fire, you know, since the beginning of the summer, bro. I'm looking at the brand. I got to the Brandalism, which was posted 2 days ago. So I think we're right now caught up to the brand and being able to talk about your exhibit. 16 pieces. Do you have them up here at all, or no? No. Okay.
Nope, they're only gonna be available. I mean, after the show, but I do want people to go there and see like new pieces that they haven't seen before. Um, and yeah, as I said earlier, there's going to be a lot of color, and I think you feel that from the mural that's there also. So people are going to be able to see the full mural once they
Right.
go.
You did speak. You did. I remember you saying you wanted to speak about the mural. Is this the mural that you wanted to talk about? Okay. All
Yeah, I
right.
wanted to say like all of my art, of course, the AAR, like the textures, the paintings, VR, all of that, but also muralism. And taking muralism into like a gallery is not that easy. So I decided to take on like the facade, like the front of the gallery, and spray painted over that. So I feel people are really gonna be able to see some of that as well here. I did do a graffiti, like a mural back in as soon as we got back from New York. Um, and it's in another part of town, and I wanted to have like that piece of town into the gallery. So that's basically what I was trying to do there. So I did a mural on another area of town, and I'm bringing some of that vibe into the gallery. So hopefully people will be able to experience that. But yes, like I will show the pictures of the new paintings and all of that. But of course, I want to keep that, kind of mystery.
That's what I'm looking for right now.
But those will be available. And there is a sort of whitelist. I hate that word, but whitelist if you're interested on the drop on gamma, which will be available on August 28th. So people, if you want, I feel like I'm shilling, but I'm not, and you're interested in having the link beforehand, you may ask for it. Reach out to me. I'll hand you the link. There's still a couple of editions that will not be picked up on this whitelist. So it would be kind of fun for people that are not being able to come out here to engage and kind of take a piece of this important moment in my career as it's inscribed on Bitcoin. So yeah, the mural is crazy. You can kind of see a sneak peek there. Kind of blurry on the back of me.
Question: the 16
Yeah.
pieces, did they all have AR embedded in them, or?
Not all of them. No, I wish they did. But no, I mean the AR game has been shifting a bit in terms of like the pieces themselves. I know Aero from Adobe is also shutting down in November. We had the shutdown of Meta Spark back in the I think it was the beginning of the year, um, like January something. I remember that, and they say that they've been like considering also ending the ones on TikTok. So I've been creating experiences not necessarily like art by art, like piece by piece, but more of a more like general way of engaging with art that I feel would bring us and bridge us to mixed reality, like having physical and digital interactions, like I would with the AR sculptures, with the 3D sculptures. So that's where the conversation is kind of leading on to now in terms of AR. So there's going to be a lot of that, and being able to really take the sculpture and place it anywhere you want. So that's something that also You Zapata has been working on with this Palometa. So it's kind of like bringing and bridging those conversations together. The more the merrier, as I say. The more people talking about this, the more it helps us. So that's kind of like where it all bridges down to in brandalism in this expo.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay. I think we're caught up. I wanted to show everything that we spoke about the first hour. I think I was a little lost in the time there, so you should have been like, "Yo, Mark, you're nuts. It was January. Go check your calendar." And that would have solved that 1, 2, 3,
Uh,
because I was way far off on the date, so my bad about that. But once I got my feet grounded
we
here,
did have You Zapata in like October, November. So I
yeah, I
understand.
think maybe I think with the art cartel, right? I think
Yes.
that's what I'm thinking about. I think that's when I first met you, but your show was in January. Right. I think that maybe that's where I got a little confused. I should have just checked the calendar before I opened my mouth. But it's live, so nobody can. You see the real reactions live. You can't say I'm faking the funk over here. Um, so yeah, I did want to pick up the IG from January. So if somebody watches both shows, it feels like we picked up. Yeah, right, exactly. Part 1, part 2 type thing. Um, I showed so yeah, basically we went over the summer, and then what you once you got back from New York, and then also the brandalism right now is kind of what we're leading into, which is everything we talked about. What I want to ask you is did I miss anything that you wanted to talk about that I didn't show?
Not for now. I think we're ready for Brandalism. I'm thankful for this amazing interview, man. Catching up with you, it's more like just like that call. It's like, hey, what has happened? So I've been really having fun out here, sharing about this expo and having Jen come out here too and share a bit of that. So I think we've really covered it all. We've talked about how I came to be here in this very special moment of my career, doing my first solo expo. And for now, I feel that's the present. So we got to live by that and then eventually worry again about the upcoming exhibitions and activities in Miami and all of that that would come along. But for now, we've covered it all, Mark. This has been amazing. And as you said, it would be amazing to have you out here. And eventually, we're going to be back at some more.
Don't make me sad, Juan. I'm already upset that I'm having a little problems. I'm just grounded. That's why New York is a nice thing because I'm here, I'm back at night, and everything's good to go. But leaving here is just a little tough for me to do unless I have someone I trust, and there's not too many people I trust with my buddy here.
I totally got it.
You know. Okay, so Juan, let him know. Give him the dates of give it to him because I got it up on screen. But why don't you say it?
August 28th, that's this Thursday. That's the opening party out here in Bogota for Brandalism, our expo by me, curated by Jennifer Pepin. This doesn't stop there. We wanted to bridge this into Web3, so that same date, 10 a.m. Eastern time. It's when the drop goes live on Gamma IO, for the Bitcoin drop that we're doing. It's called Brandalism, the Genesis by, of course, me, and this is all in the parent-child structure that the Bitcoin collectors really value, and that's something I really wanted to do the right way. So that's on August 28th. The exhibition is going to be open until the 1st, September 1st. And there's also going to be a really cool um, like show in VR. So if you're around and you like hanging around in these kind of VR galleries, I'll share the link on the 28th as well for people to be able to hang out in those spaces. So we're really trying to knock on all these doors and allowing people from all over the world to hang out and experience some of this Brandalism Art Expo. And yeah, I think we really covered it all. So I'm thankful, Mark.
Wait, hang on, one more thing.
Yeah.
You gotta tell them how to find you, how to contact you, what the best way to reach out to you, and give them all that information.
All right, so you can find me on X as Judasaca. That's like my name, and then underscore art. And then on Instagram, you can find me just as Judasaca. And that's me. Those are my two main social media. I'll say the ones that are more on to. I'm also on like TikTok, but I'm still finding my way on there. But Instagram and Twitter is where you'll find me. And of course on all the I'll say marketplaces, but mainly Gamma. Pay attention to that drop. Very limited, and very fun. So yeah, that's where you'll find me and here on your show every like now and then.
Okay, give me 1 second just to go. What's trip? Oh, I have no link for TikTok. You want me to show it to him?
That's fine. Yeah, I guess.
All right, hang on. Let me bring it up. same thing, Judasaca on, yeah,
Yeah.
I got you. Okay. All right. Give me 1 second here. All right, guys. So this is the X. This is his X right here. Judasaca underscore art. On there, he has his link tree. That'll bring you his link tree. His link tree will also bring you to his IG. Also his One Hub, Ordinals, NFT OpenSea, Drip as well, Chroma Fest, and Spotify interview. Also, I think this will also bring you to his available works. If I remember correctly, this is the file with all the, right? Yeah, okay. And then his available works. So I'll just show this to you guys. Also, this is his IG. So if you want to catch up with him and you want to see everything that's going on, I can attest to this. He is very active on IG. I am not, but he is. So, and he will answer fast on IG, a lot faster than X. Also, TikTok as well. So, yeah, get over here as well. So he's in all the right places. You got your TikTok going. Very nice. Okay. You're almost. You're almost there. A couple more, you get to go live. All right. All right. All right. Okay, I think that covers everything. Okay. Hang on 1 second while I reset these screens. Double screen. And okay, excellent. Yeah, I got twisted up in a little bit there. My apologies. I think my timing was off, and that's what kind of threw me off because I just thought November, but that's I bet you that had to be the Art Cartel show. Cause I was
That
like,
must have
I
been.
swear I met you before, because you came on the Christmas show, and I had already met you at that point in time, right? So I was thinking like that was your short show. That was your that was your spotlight. But you were right, January. You're like November, January, all the same. I'm like, was it January? I could never believe it was January. It was January. All right. All right, Juan.
I was right.
Yeah, you were right. You should have told me. Go check it, Mark.
Check your schedule, man.
Go check your calendar, Mark. You're off. Okay. Juan. Before we say goodbye, you know how I like to close out, always with some inspirational words. Maybe you could give us some inspirational words for all the artists out there, that are, might be splitting their time between a job and, maybe just getting off the ground the way you were probably back in 17, 18. How many years later now? Almost 7, 8 years later, and first solo show. And, it just took a long time to achieve that. Didn't happen overnight. So maybe you could leave us with some words of encouragement and some inspiration for everyone. Yeah, go ahead, man. Why don't you take it from there?
Yeah, thank you for that. So yeah, if you're starting out, if you've been doing this for a while, I say focus on what you want to achieve and work towards that. It's not about like saying it, it's not about thinking it, it's about getting it done. So consistency, keep showing up, take your breaks, make sure you know what you're doing in terms of like balancing out the work-life balance. I feel that's very important, but keep your focus and surround yourself by great people. And we talked about that in this beautiful space today in this beautiful interview. Um, surround yourself by people you admire, people you like being around, but also people that would critique and be honest about their opinions, because that'll make you grow. So yeah, I mean, just get out there, do your thing, stop talking about it, get some shit done. That's all I gotta say. Really organize your time, your schedule, your calendar, and it should work out. You should be able to balance stuff out. I mean, I've been able to do it, and it's definitely not overnight. I wished, but then it would have been boring too. We talk about that. It's like, imagine this would have happened just like that, you know. But then it's been fun. And I feel it's still happening, of course. I'm still just like starting out here. It's my first solo expo, but it's been so much fun. I'm just eager to see what the future holds. That sounds beautiful. So yeah, it's been fun, Mark. Thank you so much. I feel grateful to have you, man, doing this and being able to share some of the Brandalism Art Expo to your audience and like to X, Twitter, Twitch, and all the other platforms that we're on. So give me a follow, check out what I'm doing. It's really cool. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys and you, Mark, very soon. Not only through the screens, but soon.
Yeah.
Physically.
The screens suck, but if I start thinking about it, I'll start getting upset. Um, Juan, man, I want to say thank you for reaching out. You know, it's just I felt like it was meant to happen. We were supposed to have I should mention this. We were supposed to have Marie Zacalata tonight, but unfortunately she got sick, and she wrote me 2-3 days ago, and I know we were trying to figure out a date, and you were like before would be great, but you know after I could talk about it too, and I'm like all I got is after, and it just so happened to work out that she said, you know, do you think we could push it off? Is there anybody you could find to fill in? I said, is there anybody I could find to fill in? Yeah, I got somebody. So instantly you said yes, and then I said, I was perfect. What a great show. We get to kind of premiere and intro into your first solo exhibition, which I want to say, bro, congratulations. I'm happy for you. I don't want to get choked up, but I'm glad to see the evolution of your art happening and your art career happening. That's important to see. And so I get excited when I see growth. And you know, I see you growing. I see you catching fire. I see the momentum, and the solo show is the only. You know, it's just it makes sense, right? I'm glad Jenny's down there involved. I'm glad you and Luco are by your side. I never realized how important it. Like I said, I could never run more than a mile, and on Saturday, I ran 3 for the first time in my life. And the only reason that probably happened was because of the fact that I had a really good person next to me pushing me, motivating me. That's why it happened. And I see the same with you guys. And, you know, I know on my end and my back end, I have good people pushing me as well. You know, quite a few really good people in the digital space, but you guys got them live. You guys are right next to each other, and that's what makes it so special. You know, you have these best buds where they won't let you fall behind, like the Marines, but in art, leave no artist behind, and that's nice to have. So it's nice to see you guys, and I get a little jealous about that, you know. Because I see how I see your relationship, and I see how you guys motivate each other, and you don't let you don't let nobody drag their feet. The same way my friend doesn't let me drag my feet on the track or running. So I saw a lot of similarities, and I don't think I would have been able to make that analogy. So as everything seemed to work out with the right timing. So you know, I bless you with a lot of sales, bro. You know, I'm excited to see all the pieces. This whole thing sounds very well thought out. You put a lot of time and a lot of thought into it. I understand it a lot better. Sometimes, you know, you hit me with something and I'm like, wait, you need to explain it a little bit more. And so I like how you're doing the launch. You're including the digital art world. You have the physical art world. I think that's a beautiful thing. You know, I do not, you know, I think everything's in place for you, man. So I want to just say the best when the show opens. And yeah, man, I wish I could be there, you know. But next time, man, I know I'll be there in spirit, you know, and I wish I'd be there. I wish I was there. I wish I was able to go live. I wish I was able to have my camera. I'm just a little stranded right now. So it was, you know, your solo shows were like my New York. You know, that was me. I was happy that I just had that opportunity to meet all you guys. As I'm doing my best, I don't know how I'm gonna make it to Miami, but I don't want to think the worst. So, you know, yeah, man, it was a pleasure to have you on the show, and you know, I can't say enough about meeting you guys and the friendships that have been formed. And I'm happy that you reached out to me and said, "Yo, I want to do a show because I got this going on." It's just, yeah, you know, it's an instant yes. So the date worked out, and yeah, bro, thank you for your time, thank you for your knowledge, thank you for your expertise, thank you for coming on the show, and thank you for sharing all of that as well. I'm going to I need a song from you, bro. I need a song to close out the show. You know, artist always guest always chooses a song to close out on. Yeah.
I'm
Uh,
I'm doing
okay.
which sounds a bit like a sad song, but it's not. It's called Scoop of Heaven from Mac Miller. There's a lot of music into my work as well. People that are there physically and get to talk about each of one of the pieces. There's a lot of music behind that, and I'm happy to share that. Yeah, there was a lot of there's good feeling mixtape from Mac Miller that I was listening to through a lot of the exhibition planning and I'll say preparation. So yeah, that's the song I would choose for this one. Scoop of Heaven. Mark, it's been a true pleasure, man. Seriously, you're a true sport. This is amazing. The way everything turns out and just catching up with you and being able to pre-announce this amazing exhibition here was a true blessing. I'll see you soon, my brother. Thank you so much.
Juan, hang on. You got
Yeah.
are those other two still awake? Are they there?
No, they're gone now.
Oh, they bounced. I was gonna tell him to shit. I wanted Luco to jump on and say hi, show his face, but hang on for 2 minutes. Let me wrap up the show,
Yes.
and you jump back on, say goodbye.
Perfect.
All
Let's
right,
do that.
hang on one. All right, y'all. Let me change the screen here. Okay, main scene. There we go. Okay. All right, everybody. So you had a chance to catch up, do a little recap with Judasaca, Juan Salazar, better known as Judasaca. And yeah, big solo exhibition. So if you happen to be in Colombia, you know, go check it out. Go check out his art. If not, follow him. You guys saw the information on where to find him. Follow him. And I'm sure that he is going to post one hell of a video of the event. So much congratulations to him. And looking forward to hearing about all the sales. On that note, the rest of the week, okay, tomorrow, Linked by Art, space, 9 to 11 a.m. Every Tuesday, 9 to 11 a.m. You guys know how we do it. There are only two spaces that I host or that I'm in. No community, nothing going on Wednesday. Friday, we will have JBR Visuals. You guys had a chance to meet her for a first time during a community show. Also part of the IDA challenge, IDA sponsor challenge with Link by Art Imagine. And she will be on Friday for a spotlight show from 9 to 11. And then TGIF will take place on Friday at 1 p.m. And we never know who the hosts are, but it's always either me, Josh, Ghost, Sketch. It's usually the first three to make the space. So whoever jumps in, usually that's how we do it. So we'll see you guys somewhere around there. Until then, go support Juan. Go support Judasaca. And, you know, wish him well on his first solo exhibit. On that note, guys, I will see everybody tomorrow. Well, I'll see you in Spaces tomorrow, but I'll probably most likely see you on Friday. All right. Good show. Good announcement. Nice to catch up and bring everyone up to speed on what's going on with Judasaca. All right, let me change the camera here. Let me bring you up one last time. Yeah, there you go. All right, you're on screen.
All right, so that's a wrap. Mark, thank you so much. It was really fun, as you said, bringing everyone up to speed to what we're doing out here. After New York, it was a great catch up. We talked about everything and anything. You know, we brought it from where I come from to this amazing exhibition, to the pieces that will be part of the expo, and also to the sculptures, but also that drop on Gamma on Bitcoin. So I'm just really happy to be here. I feel it doesn't happen just because I reached out to you maybe like a week ago, and then things happen, and then we're here, and that's crazy, man. I'm really happy to be here sharing and announcing this very important first solo exhibition, and many more to come, man. I do want to say that there's many more to come. So this is the first of many. Much love, everybody. Thank you for hanging out. See you soon. Ciao, ciao.
Hang on. We got before we play out, we got to give shout outs. Where'd you send that song, Juan?
What was that?
Where'd you send the link to this? Oh no, you didn't. Oh, Scoop Mac
Oh,
Miller.
Heaven.
Scoop.
Yeah.
All right, hang on. Let me bring that up real quick.
Mac, Mac.
Let me get that ready. Mac Miller. Yeah, Juan. My bad. I got a little mixed up in the dates there. That really threw me off. I'm glad I shut my mouth about the other stuff, because I don't know enough about it to speak about it, and I don't want to say nothing wrong.
That's fine.
But yeah, bro. Sorry I can't be there, man. But it's gonna rock. I already know. On that note, let me make the rounds. Hang on, guys. Twitch. Very quiet on Twitch. If Cat's not on Twitch, we get quiet on Twitch. Facebook, Hammer. Good to see you out there, Hammer. Thank you for stopping in. YouTube. We're always quiet on YouTube. IG. Let's head over to IG. All right, JT. Aldaleo. Janita. You. Creatress. Mariana. Pierto Costanzo Photography. Creatress. Creatress says, bro, she is literally hurt. It hurts not to be there in real life. She hopes it goes amazing for you. Significance. Pete. DJ 9H. Vinny. Nalia. And Kat Martinez. Thank you guys for stopping in. Thank you for being part of the show. Thank you for checking it out. X. All right, X. Chaz. Good to see you, Chaz. Meeting all those guys on that. I did. That's why I met you guys for the first time. All on the corner. Hito. Good to see you, Hito. Thank you for stopping in. Monique. Thank you for stopping in. Goalie. Thank you for stopping in. He has a serious question. Is Marc high? No, Marc is not high. Marc hasn't smoked in over a month. Marc quit. Marc is tired because his trainer is kicking his ass in the park every morning, making him run. So Marc is a little tired. That might be what you're seeing. That might be the lag in my eyelids. Please ask Juan to check his DMs in IG. I need a sculpture. Chaz needs a sculpture. All right. Glad to hear it, man. Okay. All right, guys. I appreciate all you guys for stopping in and being part of the show. Thank you very much. No, Chaz, I am exhausted, bro. I wake up every morning now and run, and my body has not adjusted, and I'm having a little difficulty functioning past 11. Well, functioning at night, it's starting to take a toll on me, so I'm a little shot. But all right. Let's bring up your art. Juan, last time to say goodbye.
Ciao, ciao, gente. Thank you so much. It was really fun hanging out here with Mark, catching up with like the expo and bringing you guys up to speed. There's merch, there's new art, there's sculptures, AR, VR, you name it. We got it out here. It's gonna be really fun. This was all curated by Jenny Pepin. She's amazing. Shout out to her. Much love. Ciao, ciao, Mauro. Gracias.
Yo, one last time. The event, the dates, where?
August 28th, if you're in Bogota, Colombia, that's in San Felipe. That's the art district here in Colombia. And if you're not able to come out here, you can check out the Gamma drop that we're doing also on the 28th. That's 10 a.m. Eastern time, New York, if you don't understand what that means. And there's going to be 20 amazing editions. So not a lot, not too little. Make sure you grab one, set your reminders, hit me up for the link. Don't say I didn't warn you. I hope I'm selling out. So if you miss out, it's on you. You heard it here first. Peace out.
All right.
Ciao,
Yo.
ciao.
All right.
Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Ride for her. Hey, hey, hey. 92 till infinity and beyond. Here it's like, here it's kinda like, here it's kinda like. Hey, I heard they got nice cars up in heaven. Free liquor out the bar in the brightest fucking stores up in heaven. Heard that you can chill, not worry about the police, not worry about someone fighting, cause everything just a piece. Heard the streets paved with gold, the women all gorgeous. You just float, can't even feel where the floor is. I heard heaven got a brand new venue next to that restaurant, you love their menu. And everything free, so everyone cool. Look out any window, it's an incredible view. Everyone you speak to always telling you the truth, and it's only good shit when you getting all your news. Oh, I imagine that, just a place that we can kick it, be happy at, satisfaction. Or maybe I'm dreaming, tell you what it's like when I see you. If you hear what heaven's like, can you tell me? Please, I'm really trying to know. Cause I do what I do when it's all said and done, shit. I'm just trying to go. If you hear what heaven's like, could you tell me? Please, I'm really trying to know. Cause I do what I do when it's all said and done, shit. I'm just trying to go. I heard ain't nobody famous up in heaven. Everybody the same, just kick it up there in heaven. Cause nobody going chain. Nobody can complain, the parties are all insane. The people all know your name, shit. You entertain, see everybody you want. Always keeping in touch and go and chill by yourself when everything get too much. Never a fucking rush, you there for a million plus. You probably got a Mercedes, but always could take the bus. Fuck, that's what heaven's like. I guess I think it is, but come to think of it, I've been drinking shit. I don't know the truth, this is what I imagined when I was standing in the booth. If you hear what heaven's like, can you tell me? Please, I'm really trying to know. Cause I do what I do when it's all said and done, shit. I'm just trying to go. If you hear what heaven's like, could you tell me? Please, I'm really trying to know. Cause I do what I do when it's all said and done, shit. I'm just trying to go. Till infinity and beyond. Here it's like, here it's kinda like, here it's kinda like. Hey, I heard they got nice cars up in heaven. Free liquor out the bar in the brightest fucking stores up in heaven. Heard that you can chill, not worry about the police, not worry about someone fighting, cause everything just a piece. Heard the streets paved with gold, the women all gorgeous. You just float, can't even feel where the floor is. I heard heaven got a brand new venue next to that restaurant, you love their menu. And everything free, so everyone cool. Look out any window, it's an incredible view. Everyone you speak to always telling you the truth, and it's only good shit when you getting all your news. Oh, I imagine imagine that. Just a place that we can kick it, be happy at. Satisfaction. Or maybe I'm dreaming. Tell you what it's like when I see you. If you hear what heaven's like, can you tell me? Please, I'm really trying to know. Cause I do what I do when it's all said and done, shit. I'm just trying to go. If you hear what heaven's like, could you tell me? Please, I'm really trying to know. Cause I do what I do when it's all said and done, shit. I'm just trying to go. I heard ain't nobody famous up in heaven. Everybody the same, just kick it up there in heaven. Cause nobody going chain. Nobody can complain, the parties are all insane. The people all know your name, shit. You entertain, see everybody you want. Always keeping in touch and go and chill by yourself when everything get too much. Never a fucking rush, you there for a million plus. You probably got a Mercedes, but always could take the bus. Fuck, that's what heaven's like. I guess I
love
think
that
it is.
statement.
Come to think of it, I've been drinking shit. I don't know the truth, this is what I imagined when I was standing in the booth. If you hear what heaven's like, can you tell me? Please, I'm really trying to know. Cause I do what I do when it's all said and done, shit. I'm just trying to go. If you hear what heaven's like, could you tell me? Please, I'm really trying to know. Cause I do what I do when it's all said and done, shit. I'm just trying to go.
And that was a damn good show. See all you guys on the next one. Peace.